what is the difference between array and array list? Array are, of course, they are fixed lengths. They have a fixed specified length. They are strongly typed. It's going to be an integer array or an array of objects or a string array or whatever. And the data types are the same, of course. And it can also store primitive data types like integers, strings, integers, chars, bytes, whatever. And it can also store objects, of course. Arrays are faster than array lists. Why are arrays faster than array lists? I will to come back to that later when I will describe arrays. And then arrays are accessed by indices like 0, 1, 2, simply in the brackets. And they are, of course, a basic Java, C Sharp, and C++ basic programming language functionality, in all of these programming languages. Um, and what are array lists? Array lists, they have a variable length. Of course, they can increase or decrease the length depending on if you add an object or if you remove an object. And of course, that's why they are slower than the arrays, because every time you add an object, you have to copy all the contents of an array list into another array list, and then that's how the size increases, so that's why it's the number of operations is a lot in copying from one array to another whenever you add or remove an object. That's why they are slower than arrays. So arrays are faster than array lists, and they store, of course, only objects. You cannot store primitive data types like ints, chars, bytes, etc. in array lists. And they are slower, as we already explained, because every time you add or remove an object, the length of the array list decreases or increases, and so the compiler, the machine is actually um, adjusting the size by creating a new array, and then copying the contents of one array into the other array and leaving one or adding one, things like this. And but the advantage of ArrayList is that they can be accessed through easy to use functions or methods, to add or remove objects and do different other operations um, on the uh, uh, on the array on the contents in the array, or on the objects inside the array list, I mean. And of course, they are a part of C Sharp collection framework or Java collection framework, so they are they're inside the Java collection or C Sharp collection framework. They're not the basic functionality of C Sharp or Java, while arrays are the basic functionality. They are not in this Java or array collection or Java or C Sharp collection framework.